Welcome to the Audacious OBM podcast. I'm your host, Leanne, creator of OBM Academy and founder of Audacious Empires. Each week, my crew and I will explore all things building and scaling an exceptional OBM business. This podcast is here to share how you can charge premium prices, have clients lining up to work with you, and never have to work another weekend again. You can have a thriving OBM business, working with the clients you want, when you want, and charging the price you want. It's time to banish mediocre and become the standout, sought after OBM you know you can be. Hello. Welcome to the latest episode of the Audacious OBM. I'm Leanne, and today we are talking all things leads management success. The 5 questions I ask every new OBM lead. Now, I wanted to share this with you as it came from a question from one of my students in OBM Academy, and it's around the leads process and how much information is too much information, and when do we ask what? So, in my true style, I went back with exactly what I do in my business and what I have always done for years, and I believe it works really well. So there are 5 questions, and I believe these 5 questions give me enough information and insight into what my potential new clients are experiencing right now and where they want to go to. And that usually gives me enough information to tell me whether I can help them or not, without having 100 different things that they have to give me. So in this episode, I'm going to cover off the 5. The first, what is happening in your business at the moment? So it seems very basic. Tell me what's happening. But the reason I ask this, the insight you will gain, is what is the most pressing for them, the make or breaks. So the beauty of an open-ended question like this is that they will tell you whatever is at the forefront of their mind. So they could say, oh, in my business, I have 27 clients and I make $100 million and we just got a new logo created. Or they can say, I'm really frustrated. I was trying to get my team to launch a new program and I just couldn't get them to work together. And then I didn't sell any spots and I just know I can't do this anymore. They're going to tell you exactly what they're experiencing. And the crucial pieces of information that usually tie into how you need to help them. It gives you a little bit of background and what the pivot point is. Which then brings me to the next question, which is, what was the push or problem causing you to reach out for help? Now, a lot of the time when people actually send me an inquiry, they call or they send me an email, it's not the first time they've thought about getting support in their business. It's not the first time they've thought about, maybe I need an online business manager. Usually it's out of frustration or something that has happened repeatedly or something that they want so badly and something else has reminded them of it. And this is really important for us to know because there's emotion behind it. And so what asking this question gives us is insight into what irritates them the most. What is causing maximum pain or a desire that they want so badly that they've actually taken action to try and fulfill that. So it's telling you what matters to them, what matters to them that matters to you right now. And it also tells you what you need to be able to resolve or what you need to be able to bring to life to then have a satisfied client. Okay, number 3. What is your deadline? This question is purely about practicality. So it'll also give you insight into whether this client, prospective client, is realistic or unrealistic or just has no clue. So it's about seeing, okay, hey, let me know, because if you're expecting me to reply, onboard you, and have this job done in 2 days, the likelihood is it's not going to happen. And a lot of the time when I ask people what their deadline is, they'll either give me a solid date that's in 3 months' time, or they'll say, oh, I'm looking to onboard someone within the next few weeks and then hoping to get started by this day. Or they'll say, I'm not really sure. And that's okay too. They don't have to know. It is more about starting that conversation. And there's a bonus advantage of this question, and that is you're setting up the conversation to be a two-way relationship. Your time matters and my time matters. If your deadline is then, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm automatically going to say, yes, sure. I actually need to know the deadline so I can see if that's going to work for me. And it becomes a conversation and mutual respect. Then we're looking for, next question, what budget are you working with? Now, this one tends to make people uncomfortable, and a lot of online business managers are too scared to ask. But it's really important because the insight it gives us is the quality of the lead. Are they just tire kickers? And how much time should I, as a service provider, really sink into this lead? Because I could talk to them and spend an hour and come up with a plan just to find out that they wanted to spend $50 and they've already spoken to 6 other people and they found someone who can do it for $5. And so they're not really interested. And I have just wasted a big bunch of time. And I don't want to waste my time and I don't want to waste their time. So this helps you gauge where they're sitting at the moment and what's important to them, because we want leads and clients who align with us and our values and who genuinely want a partner they can work with, someone who is skilled and talented, not just the cheapest person there is. Then the final question, what are you trying to achieve? What are your burning desires for your business? This gives them the opportunity to tell you their big picture. It gives you insight into their overall vision. And then it helps you see where you could potentially slot in and help them achieve that vision. We're online business managers. It's our job to pull things together so that we can get closer to that vision and closer to that vision. And for us to do that, we need to know what it is. And you might find that by just knowing what that vision actually is, you can retrospectively start putting pieces together and go, okay, if that's where we want to go, I'm going to need this, we're going to need this, and have we tried this? And all of a sudden you get a feeling, and you'll get a feeling of, oh, this is exciting, and yeah, I can see that, and you get invested. Or you go, no, that's not really what I'm about. That actually feels quite uncomfortable. And that tells you straight away that this lead isn't for you. But hey, you might know someone who you think that is this kind of person. That OBM would totally love this gig. And then you can refer them on. And how cool is that? You avoid the misalignment and the friction that comes from that. And you help somebody else out in your network, which I think is pretty cool. So they're my 5 questions, and they are the 5 questions I send to everybody. I send them via email. I let them have a little think. And then once they've been able to answer that, I book in a call. And then I talk to them. And usually I talk through these questions again so I can get more of an answer and hear their tone and things like that. But from this, I know if I'm the right kind of person for them and if it is worth both of us spending more time chatting and getting to know each other. So if you are trying to establish a leads process and do it a little bit more efficiently and effectively, then these 5 questions, take them, use them, trust me. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you next week. Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of the Audacious OBM. We hope this episode has helped you move forward in your journey to being a standout and sought after OBM. If you enjoyed the episode, take a second to rate and review. Each review helps us to help other OBMs just like you. If you're interested in learning more about OBM Academy and all that it offers, head over to audaciousempires.com to get all the juicy details. We'll be back next week.